Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad to have you guys here. For the new people, if you're new to this channel, you're very welcome. Please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video. It does help promote my videos when you like it. Do share with your friends, and today we're going to be talking about financial planning. So if you're the type, if you're like me who is very cautious about the future, financial planning is the way for you to go. So today we're going to be talking about financial planning, and we're starting with what financial planning is. So what is financial planning? Financial planning is a document that contains your personal current money situation, and it has long-term monetary goals as well as strategies to help you achieve those goals. So today we are basically going to be talking about one, what's your current situation? Two, we're going to be talking about what are those long-term monetary goals. And then three, we're going to talk about how can you achieve those monetary goals. So first and foremost, you must be wondering, what's the purpose of a financial plan? Do I really need it? Yes, you do need it. A financial plan is intended to help you make the best use of your money. When you get money that you've not planned for, usually you spend it anyhowly. But when you've planned for this money, then you're able to tick off certain goals and milestones as fast as possible and within a period that you have planned for. Something that you planned is usually well achieved, better than the things that you do haphazardly. So that's one of the main purposes. It helps you achieve your long-term goals. So you must be wondering, what are long-term goals? We're going to get to that. So let's first start by how to actually make a financial plan. So a financial plan, you can either make it yourself if you are well acquainted with your money, or you could hire a financial planner or an advisor, someone to walk with you through the journey. So a few steps that I have come up with, you only need 3 steps for you to actually have a financial plan. So the first step is you need to know what your worth is. What's your net worth? So net worth is usually our assets minus our liabilities. So I would advise that you either get an Excel sheet or get a notebook, list down all your assets, and make sure that as you're listing them down, they are at current value. So for example, if one of my assets is a plot of land, I might have bought the plot of land 5 million years ago, and the current value of that plot of land is maybe, let's say, 10 million shillings. So when I'm calculating my net worth, I'm not going to calculate it based on the price I bought it at. I'll be calculating it based on the current price, the current market value. If I were to sell that plot of land, how much would I sell it for? Not the dream kind of selling it for, because there is you saying I'll sell it for 10 million, but the actual value in the market that land goes for currently is 10 million shillings. So you have to do your research and be sure that all your assets are valued at the current price, the current going rate, as of the time you write the plan. So examples of assets can be real estate. So real estate is where we have the land, where we have rentals, where we have building. So that's where real estate falls. So you could have real estate, you could have personal property, and personal property, I mean jewelry, I mean automobiles, that's vehicles, bikes, and any other auto machine. We also have jewelry under house, under personal properties. We also have household items. So household items are a bit tricky because not all household items should be considered as an asset. If I have an art piece that is worth, let's say, 4 million, that can be considered as an asset because the resale value for it is still there. Like when you calculate the depreciation, it's still good to go. But I wouldn't call this couch an asset because as much as it's a household item, it cannot really go the while of being considered an asset. Another category of assets are investments. So investments include bonds. You could have a government bond. You could have stock in companies that sell shares. You could have you could be signed up for mutual funds, and you can also have what we call the cash value of investments. So that can also be categorized as assets for you. Another source of assets, another type of asset can be your savings, your bank account balance, your cash balance, and any money that is owed. That is all part of your assets. So make a list of your assets, and then on the side, on opposite each item, put a current value. Then you make a list of your liabilities. So under liabilities, we majorly have mortgages, we have loans from banks or from any other organizations. We have unpaid bills or overdue bills. And we have maybe other personal people that you may owe money. You could have them listed under your liabilities. So when you're done listing your liabilities and your assets, you total up the values that you've got, and then you calculate your net value by doing the difference. So the difference between your assets and your liability becomes your net worth. So that's step number 1. In case you'd like help calculating your net worth, you can go to the internet and just type in net worth calculator. It will bring for you different options that you can use to calculate your net worth. They'll computerize it for you and show you the annual rate of growth. They bring certain reports for you that you can consult or inbox if you would want. Reach out to me and I can interpret them for you. Step number 2, we determine our cash flow. So cash flow is simply the movement of money in and out of your personal fund. So for example, if I earn a salary, that's my in. That's the money that is coming into my personal fund. When I spend on rent, that's an out. I'm spending on something. So you need to determine your cash flow. What are the things that bring in money into your personal fund, and what are the things that take out money? So you can create a financial plan without you can't create a financial plan without knowing how you spend your money and where the money goes. So you have to track your money, like keep a keen eye on where your money actually goes. So by doing that, it becomes so easy for you to actually do a financial plan. So when you're determining your cash flow, you need to document your ins and outs, as I had earlier said, and then you need to know where do you earn your money from. What are the different sources that you use to earn money? How can you actually earn more? Or how can you, now when it comes to the saving, to the out part, where does your money go? What are the kind of categories that you spend on? When you look at where your money goes, you're able to tell these are the things I usually spend on. And in doing that, you're able to know what are the things you value the most. Because our spending habits show us the things that we value the most. If I'm consistently buying cars, then I value purchasing cars. If I'm consistently buying plots of land, my value isn't, but the thing I treasure the most is in purchasing land. So you get to see different patterns when you track your spending, and this helps you to plan better. So once we know where our cash flows, once we have determined our cash flows, now we go to the final step, which is step number 3. And under step number 3, we have what we call the setting of financial goals, and also creating strategies to achieve these financial goals. I know you must be wondering, what are financial goals? Just like I had earlier said, what are those goals? So financial goals depend on life circumstances, the life events that happen in our lives. The financial goals that I have might be different from the financial goals my husband has, might be different from the financial goals my sister has, because we go through life in a different way. So that's why they say that you can never have a manuscript for a financial plan. Someone has to develop it from their own experience and the things that they treasure the most. So back to the point, how do you set your financial goals? Events that happen in your life, what are those things that are happening in your life that you'd want to be better prepared for? For example, if someone is pregnant and they're expecting to give birth to a child, their financial plan is different from someone who has just finished university and they're going to the world to actually do the actual work and do the things they've learned. Their financial plan is different. You're getting my point? The events in life shape what your focus is. If let's say you've just got married and you need to move things around, you need to save and maybe buy a home or buy land, you see that the financial plan is different from probably me, who has already given birth to a child, and now my plan is to have an education, save up for education for my daughter. So the plans are different. And what are some of those plans that are always available? You could be planning to buy land, to buy a house, to buy, what else? To buy a car, to maybe start a business, to save up for your child's education. That is all life events. The other goal, financial goal, can be retirement, of which I don't think retirement should be an option. I think retirement needs to be for everyone. For as long as you have started earning money, you need to think about retirement. So part of the main things that need to be in a financial plan, that I would advise to be in a financial plan, include retirement and investment plans. So retirement and investment plans, retirement, you're basically setting up aside money for when you're done, when you'll be leaving your work, like when you'll be done doing work and you just want to go home, rest. That's retirement. I've defined it well. I would need to Google and put the definition for retirement down there. So in our Ugandan setting, we've been the government has pre-planned retirement in a way of the National Social Security Fund that we contribute to, mostly the people that are employed. So for those that are self-employed, there is what we call the voluntary saving for retirement. So you can sign up for any of the two and save for your retirement. The other saving goal can be to save for emergencies. Emergencies can be from healthcare, they can be from, let's say your car has broken down and you need support with having it repaired. It can be too, you have an illness and maybe you're not insured, then you have a plan. So you need to save up for emergencies. So when you're done determining what your particular financial goal is, then now you're able to devise means to achieve that particular goal. I usually like when a financial plan is at least 5 to 10 years ahead. Why do I say 5 to 10 years? It helps you see the bigger picture. For example, let's say usually when we've just finished university, we are not that much forward thinking, but most forward thinking happens when you've at least 5 years down into the working kind of life. So when you've started doing the working kind of life, you're able to plan ahead. Okay, let's go down to 5 years just for being relatable. You're able to know in year 1, I would like to buy a car. In year 2, I'd like to buy a home. In year 3, I would like to buy by year 3, I'll be getting married. Then by year 4, I'll be probably preparing for a new child. Then by year 5, I should be planning for the child's education. So you get what I mean? Like, you have planned for all the 5 years. You don't have to put that kind of big milestones that I've given, but I was trying to make you see what I'm talking about. So you're able to now narrow it down to an annual goal. And you know, this year I'm particularly saving for a car. So then you calculate backwards, what's the cost of the car? If the cost of the car is, let's say, a good car could go for about 35 million. So 35 million, how much do I need to earn? How much do I need to save on a monthly basis to earn this car in a year's time? Then you're able to work backwards. And then from calculating how much you need to save on a monthly basis, then you're able to know how much do I need to actually work for in the month. So if, let's say, in a month you're saving about 2 million per month, saving it towards buying a car of 35 million at the end of the year, then you can't work for 2 million. You have to work more than 2 million shillings as your inflow. So if probably you have a job that pays you a certain salary, then you would need to look for additional income by doing extra side hustles and investing. You could invest in bonds, you could invest in mutual funds, like invest in something that will then contribute towards that particular goal for the year. If let's say, to buy land, and maybe for land you would want to save, you would need to save it for 2 years or for a year or for a few months, depending on how your earnings come in, your inflow comes in. Then you would need to draft a budget, know what you spend on and what goes towards saving for that particular goal for the year. And when you look through your budget and track it, you're able to know what are the things that I've been spending on that I can do away with for the purpose of the other big goal. So when you draft a budget and you track it, you're able to tick off. Slowly by slowly you master it. Of course, I'm not saying that all this is going to be possible immediately when you've started. You're bound to face a lot of challenges, but if that's your mission, if that's your goal, you will be able to achieve it if you stick to the budget. I know that my husband has had me very many times say, stick to the plan, stick to the plan. So I think he's about to write it on my head, stick to the plan. Yeah, so always stick to the plan. What's your plan for the year? What are you going to do about it? Comment in the comment section, leave a commitment. I could follow you up, I could help with helping you track your annual goal, and we could do more if you're interested. So those are some of the things that you can do to properly do a financial plan. In case you have any question, please leave your questions in the comment section. I'll be really glad to answer them. If you need any support, please do let me know. Thank you for watching until this far. Thank you for following until this far. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. And if you've watched until this far and you've not yet liked this video, what are you really waiting for? Please hit the like button, share this content, and let it go far and wide for everyone to learn what financial planning is all about. It's not hard, it's just that easy. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye bye.